What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Is Cody Bellinger back? Will he make the All-Star team this year? How did Cody Bellinger bounce back? We're going to dive into that in just a second, but quick reminder for all latest Dodgers news and rumors, breakdowns, and more all season long. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comments section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day: is Belly back? Yes, it's a small sample size, but he's gotten off to a nice start. Do you think that Cody Bellinger's back? And do you think he'll make the 2022 All-Star team? Call your shot down below. And also, how many belly bombs will Cody Bellinger hit this season? Let me know down below in the comments section. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So after a dreadful 2021 season where he hit 165, had a 48 WRC+, he was one of the least productive players in all of Major League Baseball. His season was decimated by injuries. He was coming off that shoulder surgery. Belly is back. Cody Bellinger has had a really nice start to the 2022 season. Already 6 multi-hit games for Belly through the Dodgers' first 11 games. Yesterday, he shows out on his holiday, getting a double and a triple. And if you look at his team ranks so far this season, he's hitting .279. That's good for 4th on the team. A .354 on base percentage. That's 3rd. A .535 slugging percentage. That's 1st on the team and 18th in all of Major League Baseball. He's tied for 1st with 2 home runs. He has 3 doubles. That's also tied for 1st. Has a triple. That's tied for 1st. Has 3 stolen bases. He's tied with Trey Turner in that category. A .391 WOBA. That's 2nd. A .256 isolated power. That's 1st. A .385 batting average on balls in play. That's 2nd on the team, and that lets you know he's getting his bat on the ball, and when he's doing that, when he's making contact, good things are happening this year for Cody Bellinger. Also has a 42.9 hard hit percentage. That's 1st. The K percentage, the strikeout rate at 31.3%. That's definitely on the high side. You want to reduce that number. And a 10.4 walk percentage. That's something you want to increase if you're Cody Bellinger as well. But if you look at that WRC+ at 156, that's 2nd on the team behind Freddie Franchise, Freddie Freeman, and then a .5 F4. That's also 2nd on the team. So improved numbers across the board, and the key to Cody Bellinger's success this year is going to be consistency. Consistently going out there and giving you those quality at-bats. You don't want to see him offering at breaking balls outside of the zone with those lazy swings and getting dominated by fastballs up in the zone. As long as he's going up there and he's driving pitches that we know he can drive, and we're talking about fastballs in his happy zone, heaters that are in the middle to the lower quadrant of the strike zone, ones that he can drive. He's seeing a lot of fastballs this year at over 60%. And another number you want to monitor when it comes to Cody Bellinger this season is that home run to fly ball ratio. Last year, it was at a career low 9.4%. In his 2019 MVP season, that number sat at 24.6%. Well, so far this season, just 2 home runs, but that number's at 20%. So you're seeing him lift the ball more, get more hard contact, and that number's up to 42.9%, like we said, up from 30.8% last season. You just can see it out there. He's more comfortable at the plate. You see more rhythm. He's more explosive. You see the confidence coming back for Cody Bellinger. If you look at his legs and feet, a little more quiet. He's quicker to the ball. He's more decisive this season. And also, he's batting towards the bottom of this lineup. And there's so much talent up and down this lineup. They just added Freddie Freeman that they're not relying solely on Cody Bellinger for power. We know that when he's at his best, that Belly is a bopper and that he can bring that thunder, but he's batting towards the bottom. He's getting his swing where it needs to be, and there's not a lot of pressure on him to produce, even though he's doing just that. So you love to see Cody Bellinger at this stage where he's at, and just the overall power in that shoulder. You see the power in that shoulder, a much more fluid swing. When it comes to the setup, you still see the parallel bat to the ground and the hands right up by his head, but when you see him get into his swing, much more power in that swing. Last year, he just looked a little clunky. It wasn't fluid at all. He didn't look like he had the strength. Well, the strength looks like it's back for Cody Bellinger. So the belly evers that stuck with Cody Bellinger through the down down year last season, you guys are going to be rewarded, because what did I say before the season? I said that he was going to have a bounce-back year, and my bold prediction was that Cody Bellinger would win Comeback Player of the Year. And it's not because I think he's going to be 2019 MVP Cody Bellinger, where he was just an absolute beast. He was absolutely out of his mind in the month of May, hitting 14 home runs. We were talking about the possibility of him hitting 400. It's not going to be that Cody Bellinger, but when you consider the year he had last season, if he does make an all-star team and he does hit over 30 home runs and hit 270 something in that range, he is going to win the Comeback Player of the Year, and it is going to be a great story when you consider the fact that you had people out there that were saying that he was the next Chris Davis. And I'm old enough to remember when there were fans out there saying that Cody Bellinger should be sent down to AAA. But when you're a player like Cody Bellinger, who was a top 10 prospect, who won the Rookie of the Year, who won an MVP award as a multi-time All-Star, that talent is in there somewhere. And last year, his strength was sapped due to that shoulder surgery. And we saw with Matt Kemp, it took him a year to really get back. Now, he didn't have quite the drop-off that Belly suffered last season, but still, it takes a minute for guys to get that power back and define their swing and get their strength back. And I think early on, it's very encouraging what we've seen from Cody Bellinger. And just when you see his swing, too, the fact that the bat path is in the zone more, it's a little flatter, it gives him more of an opportunity to make contact. And that is the important thing when it comes to Cody Bellinger, because you look at that BABIP, if he's getting his bat on the ball, good things are happening for Cody Bellinger. So I'm really encouraged. I'm really excited to see how he's performed early on. And yes, it is a small sample size. Yes, it is a long season. But considering how terrible his year was in 2021, I think it was very important, especially coming off that spring training where he struck out 18 times in 34 at-bats, to get off to the nice start that he's gotten off to. And after yesterday's game, he spoke with Kirsten Watson, and they talked about the success he's been able to have early on this season and what he has to do mechanically throughout the year to be able to stay productive.
Just staying with myself and just continue to do that every day. It's not always going to be there every day. That's the beauty of baseball. It's also the frustrating part about baseball, but, just stick with your plan and your process, and it'll be all right. Yeah, it feels good. Like I said yesterday, 2 days ago, such a long season, so, you just got to keep going and, just keep going. Yeah, that's it. It's an everyday process. Some days it's good, some days it's bad, and at the end of the day, when the game starts and the lights are on, it's all about competing.
So like I said earlier, the big key for Cody Bellinger is consistency and his ability to have success against heaters. So far this season, he's been seeing fastballs at a 67.8% clip, and he's hitting 280 off fastballs, slugging 560 with a 548 egg slug. Last season, he was hitting 150 off of fastballs, slugging 326 with a 341 egg slug. So the contact is much better this season, but you also want to see him improve that plate discipline. Right now, in the 14th percentile, the bottom 14 percentile when it comes to strikeout percentage, the 26th percentile when it comes to chase rate. So I expect those numbers to stabilize. For his career, he has a 22.4 strikeout rate and an 11.9 walk rate. During his MVP season, he had a 16.4 strikeout rate and a 14.4 walk rate. So I don't expect him to replicate those numbers, but something in the 20% or below range would definitely be acceptable if you're continuing to slug. An 889 OPS for Belly so far this season. So it's great to see him get off to a nice start, and I think the Cody Bellinger Revenge Tour is in full swing, and I expect him to have a really solid year for the Dodgers this year. But let me know down below in the comment section, do you think that Cody Bellinger is back? In my opinion, he's not all the way back, but he is getting there. But I want your takes down below. And also, will Belly make the All-Star team this year? And how many home runs do you think he's going to hit this season? I've got Cody Bellinger cranking 31 belly bombs this year, and a lot of that is because his ball in the humidor, the slugging is down across the league. But give me your number down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all latest Dodgers news, rumors, breakdowns, and more, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.